Chronic stress triggers systemic inflammation, which increases risk for cardiovascular disease, diabetes, autoimmune conditions, and mental health disorders. Anti-inflammatory eating patterns can mitigate this, but the popular version, wild salmon, organic berries, grass-fed beef, expensive supplements, is financially out of reach for most people during crisis. We need to identify affordable anti-inflammatory foods and build meal plans that address inflammation without breaking the budget. The inflammation mechanism works like this. Stress elevates cortisol, which triggers inflammatory cytokine production. Simultaneously, the standard American diet, high in refined sugars, refined grains, and omega-6 heavy industrial seed oils, promotes inflammation. The combination accelerates inflammatory processes that damage tissues over time. Affordable anti-inflammatory foods exist, and they're powerful. Turmeric, the compound curcumin, has demonstrated anti-inflammatory effects comparable to some pharmaceutical interventions in studies. A container of turmeric costs $3 and lasts months. Ginger contains gingerols with similar properties, and fresh ginger costs about $2 per pound. These spices can be used daily in cooking. Leafy greens, kale, collards, spinach contain antioxidants and phytonutrients that reduce oxidative stress and inflammation. When in season or bought frozen, they cost $1 to $2 per pound. Oats contain beta-glucan fiber that reduces inflammatory markers. A large container costs $3 and provides breakfast for weeks. Walnuts are the only nut high in anti-inflammatory omega-3 fatty acids. They're not cheap at about $7 per pound, but a quarter-cup serving provides significant benefits, and at that serving size, a pound lasts 16 days. Canned sardines provide omega-3 EPA and DHA for about $1.50 per can. 2 cans per week addresses omega-3 needs affordably. The standard anti-inflammatory diet eliminates processed foods, refined sugars, and industrial seed oils. Here's the interesting part. These foods are often budget traps anyway. Soda, packaged snacks, frozen processed meals, they're expensive per nutrient, and they promote inflammation. Eliminating them saves money while reducing inflammatory inputs. Weekly meal plan under $40 for one person. Oats and frozen berries for breakfast daily, $4. Lunch, homemade lentil soup with vegetables, dried lentils, carrots, celery, onion, garlic, turmeric, ginger, canned tomatoes, batch cooked, total $6 for week's lunches. Dinners, rotation of sweet potato and black bean bowls with leafy greens, stir-fried vegetables with rice and eggs, pasta with homemade tomato sauce loaded with vegetables, and salmon cakes made from canned salmon with oats as binder. Sweet potatoes, 4 pounds at $3. Black beans, 2 cans at $2. Greens, frozen spinach and kale for $. Stir-fry vegetables, frozen mix, $3. Rice, from existing bulk purchase, minimal cost. Eggs, 1 dozen, $3. Pasta, $2. Canned tomatoes, 2 cans, $2. Canned salmon, 2 cans, $5. Various vegetables for variety, $4. Spices including turmeric, ginger, garlic, from existing stock or minimal purchase. Walnuts, quarter pound, $2. Total, approximately $38. This plan emphasizes whole foods, eliminates inflammatory processed foods, and includes multiple anti-inflammatory ingredients at each meal. Cost comparison to health food versions. This plan versus buying pre-made anti-inflammatory meals, organic everything, fresh wild salmon, and supplements would cost $200+ weekly. You're getting similar anti-inflammatory benefits for 1/5 the cost through strategic shopping and cooking from scratch. Lifestyle factors enhance anti-inflammatory effects without cost. Adequate sleep reduces inflammatory markers significantly. Stress management through free methods like meditation or walking reduces cortisol and downstream inflammation. And avoiding smoking and limiting alcohol both reduce inflammatory burden. These combine with diet to create comprehensive anti-inflammatory lifestyle. The psychological reframing matters. Diet culture markets expensive, clean eating as the only path to health, creating shame when budgets don't allow it. But whole food cooking from affordable ingredients is actually more anti-inflammatory than expensive processed health foods. Brown rice and beans with vegetables is more anti-inflammatory than a $15 acai bowl. Homemade oatmeal with walnuts beats expensive granola. Understanding this prevents the "I can't afford to eat healthy, so why try" mentality that leads to worse choices. Tracking inflammatory markers through blood work when possible, C-reactive protein, for instance, provides objective feedback that dietary changes are working. Many people feel better within weeks: less joint pain, better energy, improved mood, clearer thinking. These subjective improvements reinforce the behavior change. The goal is sustainable anti-inflammatory eating that doesn't require financial resources most people don't have. $40 weekly, basic cooking skills, and strategic food choices deliver real anti-inflammatory benefits that protect health during the high-stress period of financial hardship.